Beachy Peach. That is hard to say. I feel the need to say that slowly so I don't accidentally curse or something. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got another What's New at the Drugstore video for y'all today. Got some goodies in this box here. So been trying out these different things, gonna run through them, show you some swatches, let you know my thoughts on them, and just do a little What's New at the Drugstore video. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so first off, Milani has some new palettes. These are the Hyperpigmented Eye and Face palettes. So I got this one. This one is Gilded Violet. So here is the outside box on this. There's what the palette looks like. It says mirror included, matte violets, subtle shimmers, and electric pops of metallic colors, undeniably gilded. And then here is the actual palette itself. Fairly nice packaging, but oh, I don't know. This is raised, which is nice, but something about it feels a little bit cheapy. This was like $20, I think, or around $20. So I think if it were like $13 and like this, I don't know. Something about it, I'm like wishing for a little bit more with the packaging on it. But you do get the mirror, which is nice. So here is what you get in this palette. So there are only 2 mattes in here. This one's kind of a satiny sort of a color. And then all the rest of them are either metallic or shimmer. So I picked this one just because I wasn't sure if it was going to be overall feeling kind of like a dark palette, but I was hoping that it would maybe feel more kind of like rosy pinky. And it is. I just wish that there were maybe like 1 or 2 more mattes and 1 or 2 more mattes, I think. Like a little bit lighter or mid-tone sort of matte. So there are those. So I guess that these 2 are supposed to be your face products over here since they're a little bit larger. So here are the swatches. So I've got this on my eyes today. Really impressed with the mattes. The mattes are my favorites in the palette, so again, I wish that there were more in there because I really like the formula of the mattes. The metallic-y shimmery shades are really pretty too. Some of them are kind of more toppers, like this one is really more of a topper. That's the lighter highlighter. And then this one is more of a topper. But I mean, I have those on the inner corners of the eyes. Very pretty. Not the nicest topper sort of a shadow I've ever tried, but definitely functional, looks pretty. I think it could have a little bit more pop to it, but applied with a wet brush, that kind of helps bring it out a little bit. I actually do not have this highlighter on, I have something else on, but this is a pretty highlighter on the cheeks. This one is really nice. It's kind of more creamy in texture, so it really is very pigmented. So really like that one. So overall, I like it. I think it's a pretty palette. I think it's a quality palette overall. I do wish the price point were just a little bit lower. I think I would be more impressed with it if the price point were just a smidgen lower, because I mean, really the quality is definitely there. And the packaging is fine. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a little bit picky. Maybe if it were like $15, I'd be way more excited about it. But quality-wise, I do think it's there, and I think it's a pretty palette. I'm actually interested to try the more warm-toned one now. A couple of concealers that I've been trying. So first off, this one is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. Nice big fat packaging, so that's cute. And then this one is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. It says up to 24 hours. So there is that packaging. Let me show you the actual concealer. So there they are. I actually should do it this way because I'm wearing this on this eye and this on this eye. Okay, so I got the CoverGirl one in L150 Porcelain, and I got the Maybelline one in 10 Fair. Close colors, this one is a little bit lighter. I think this one's actually a better color for me. It's a little bit more pinky and just a little bit deeper than this one. This one's a little bit light and a little bit yellow for me, but that's my bad, you know, picking the wrong color. So I like the outside packaging on this one. Big fat doe foot applicator on it. Let me show you a quick swatch of this one. There is that, so you can see, I mean, it's pretty light, so probably need a darker and a pinker color in this one. And then the Maybelline one, it's kind of a squeezy tube sort of a packaging, which I guess is fine because really I would think that you can start kind of like squeezing it towards the bottom, so maybe get more of the product out, which is nice. It is a overall flat doe foot applicator, kind of flat on both sides. It's not really angled on one side. And then you'll be able to kind of compare the colors here. So there you can see a little bit pinker and just a little bit deeper. So there is that. Formula-wise on these, I actually like both of these. I think I like the Maybelline one a little bit better, but I would say that they're fairly comparable. I would say both are about medium coverage, but you can build them up a little bit. This one I think is a smidgen less coverage than the Maybelline one, and I think it's a smidgen more drying. I don't notice any major dryness by any stretch, but just comparing the two, I think this one is just a smidgen drier and a little bit less coverage. But I think overall, it does give good coverage. I think it applies well. I think it builds on itself well. So I actually do really like this, but I like this one a little bit more. I think it is a little bit creamier, a little bit less of a, this one dries down a little bit more powdery. I wouldn't say powdery, but more so than this one. So this one seems just a little bit more creamy, a little bit better coverage, and I don't notice like, what I was noticing with this one is a little bit of settling in kind of the fine lines under my eyes. I wasn't noticing that with this one, but I think they both have really good coverage, that medium buildable coverage. I think they look pretty under the eyes, but if I had to choose between the two, this one would be my favorite, but I think that they're both good little concealers. And then really quickly, I grabbed another one of the Maybelline Color Tattoos, one of the new colors. This one is High Roller. So I do have this on today, but I have it topped with like a bunch of stuff, so you really can't see it at all, but it's there. This is a really pretty kind of bronzy color, like a cool tone bronze. Very pretty. Love the formula on it. It applies well. It's pigmented, wears well. I typically wear these as a base, but you could wear them by themselves. But I love this color, just a really pretty cool toned bronze. So got another one of these. And then Revlon has some new shades of their blushes. These are the Revlon powder blushes, and this says brush on for silky, buildable color. And I got the shade 28 Apricot. That's so sweet. I love that name. So nice functional packaging on it. Has a sticker on the front, which is fine. I think it's really just saying new shade is why the sticker is there. But nice functional packaging to it. You get a good amount of product there. You can really get a brush into it, so that's nice. This is a very nice formula. I can't remember the last time I have tried a Revlon blush, but it's been a long time. But I actually love this. I am very impressed with the formula on it. It is silky. I would definitely agree with that. It feels kind of buttery and silky. Just glides on the cheeks. It's pigmented. I have this on, but I have it on with other things, so there's a lot happening on my face right now. But it's there. It's a really pretty kind of rosy sort of a color, so I really like that shade. I would not necessarily describe it as like an apricot sort of a color, but it's a beautiful kind of rosy, kind of a warm rose sort of a color. Overall satin finish, just glides on the cheeks, wears well, it's easy to apply. So I'm actually very impressed with this. So I would totally try more shades of these because this is really good. A couple of lip colors that I've been trying. So first off, one from Wet n Wild. This is the Snow Melt Lip Powder. Snow Melt Lip Powder. This is what I have on my lips right now. And this is in 184B Snow Falling in Love. Snow Falling in Love. So super cute name to it. Okay, so I'm looking to see, did it just poof everywhere? It's hard to tell. It's a small doe foot applicator. Right there's what that looks like. So I'm overall not a fan of this. This is kind of interesting. I would maybe like this in a lighter color, but I wanted to try just kind of a bright, fun color. So there it is right there. I love the color of it. Very pretty color. It looks nice and pigmented and even there. It's really interesting. So on the lips, it does kind of feel like a powder. It's a little bit difficult to get precise application just because the nature of it being kind of like a powdery sort of a formula to it, which is really interesting. I like different sort of makeup, but I kind of find that I have to go back over it several times before I can get a pretty precise application, but I was able to. I mean, I didn't use a lip liner and I was able to overall get an even application. So it goes on, and it feels a little bit cooling barely when you first apply it. Like I even felt it in this swatch. I mean, it's very, very subtle, but I feel like I can almost feel like a little bit of coolness on my lips, and then I can taste it. Tastes sweet, tastes good. It's not a bad taste to it, but there's just kind of interesting that you can taste it. Maybe a little bit sweet, a little bit chemical, but more sweet, I would say. So you can definitely taste it. It sets down to be very powdery, which isn't shocking. It says a lip powder. It kind of feels powdery on the lips, so sort of like a powdery liquid lipstick is what it feels like on the lips. But I wasn't super impressed with how this wears. It kind of fades away fairly quickly, and it's just a little bit strange. So I like it in the fact that it's something different, and I like different sort of makeup products and trying them out. So I like it for that reason. But overall, it's just a little bit funky, and I don't think I'm gonna go out and get any more of them because I just am not super impressed with how it wears. I might try a lighter color, but it's kind of like a liquid lipstick, which are not my favorite sort of lip products, but then with some other like interesting sort of characteristics to it. So overall, not a huge fan of this. It definitely does do some staining because you can see on my hand there is some stain left behind, but yeah, overall, not a huge fan. Okay, Revlon, some new glosses. I think the name is actually covered up on mine, maybe. I think it's just called like The Gloss. So this looks pretty similar to their Super Lustrous glosses, but this just said like The Gloss. So I think it's maybe just like certain colors that are in this range. But anyway, I grabbed it because it said new on Ulta's website. This is in the shade Lean In. And in the packaging, it looks like it's going to be more kind of like a duochrome light pink. And it really ends up being very light. So it is, I would say kind of a duochrome, really light, peachy pink sort of a color. But it's very, very light. But it's pretty topped over something, and I really like the formula of it. It is creamy and comfortable on the lips. Just a little bit of tackiness to it, but very, very minimum amount of tackiness. So it's not super long wearing, but it's really pretty and glossy on the lips. So I love how it looks on the lips. It's comfortable to wear. It's just one of those like throw it in your purse sort of glosses that is fun to wear, fun to apply, feels nice on the lips. I do like this color. I would actually like to try other colors from the line. And it's kind of like a short little stocky fat doe foot applicator kind of situation. So yeah, that's the applicator. So overall, I really like this gloss. Okay, and then last up, Physicians Formula had like a 40 or 50% off sale on their website recently. So I went through and was looking through like their newer products. So I think some of these are like semi-new, but I don't know how many of them are like new. But I wanted to go ahead and show you in this video because they are semi-new and they're definitely new to me. Okay, so I got a couple of their newer butter bronzer shades. So I got Sunset Bronzer and Sculpting Bronzer. So Sunset Bronzer is definitely a very warm toned bronzer, as the name suggests. So it's very kind of sunny, very like kissed by the sun sort of a color. And then Sculpting Bronzer is, again, as the name suggests, a sculpting sort of a bronzer. It's more cool toned. This one is definitely deeper. Both of these, well, I would say this one is a little bit deeper than their other shades like bronzer and light bronzer, but it's definitely just more warm toned. This one is deeper though, for sure. So if the other ones were too light for you, this one would be definitely one to give a try if you're looking for kind of a contouring, sculpting sort of a bronzer. Okay, so here they are. So there is, that one's Sunset Bronzer on the bottom, and then that one is Sculpting Bronzer. So Sunset has a little bit more of like a satiny sheen, but not like an intense shimmer or anything like that. It's not metallic, it's not shimmery. It just has a little bit more glow than the Sculpting Bronzer. And I think maybe just because it's kind of that warmer sort of a shade, it kind of gives that visual illusion or something. So there they are right there. Both of them are very pretty. I have both of them on today. Mostly the Sunset and then just a little bit of the Sculpting just for a little bit more sculpting on my cheeks. I was just trying to put all the things on my face. So a lot of it's there, but it's all kind of mixed together. I like them both. I love the butter bronzers. I love the formula on them. I would describe them as buttery feeling. They're just, the powder formula of them is so silky and almost creamy like that they just blend into the skin and meld into your skin and don't look dry, don't look patchy. I love the formula on them. So I love that they keep adding more colors because there's just like more and more options for people out there. So I think these are both great. Okay, and then some newer shades in their butter blushes. So first off, I got Beachy Peach. That is hard to say. Beachy Peach. So this one is, let me look at this swatch as I describe, kind of a light, glowy peach is how I would describe that one right there. So Beachy Peach is that one. I feel the need to say that slowly so I don't accidentally curse or something. Okay, this one is Copacabana. So pretty, beautiful. So this one I would describe as more of a warm, peachy sort of a shade, kind of a terracotta kind of a peach. It's got a nice glow to it. You can even see it in the pan. These are just cute. I think Physicians Formula just has cute packaging. It's bulky, but it's cute. And just pretty products. I think they're fun. And then this one is Saucy Mauve. Saucy Mauve. And this one is like a glowy pinky mauve sort of a color. Beautiful. Look how it catches the light in the pan. So fun. Okay, some swatches for y'all. So this one is Beachy Peach. This one is, I already forgot, Copacabana. Yep. And then this one is Saucy Mauve. So there are those swatches right there. All beautiful. All really nice formulas on them. Easy to apply. They meld into the skin. They wear well. I think they look really pretty on the cheeks. And they all have a little bit of that glow to them. So they just look youthful and sweet on the cheeks. So love the formula on them. And I really enjoy all of these colors for different reasons. This one I have to be light-handed because it's pretty dark, but it's beautiful. I really like that one. I don't know if I had to pick a favorite, maybe this one, maybe, I don't know. I have a little bit of this one on today, and then I have the Revlon blush as well. So yeah, those are fun. Okay, and then a couple of highlighters. So this one is the Mineral Glow Pearls highlighter, and this one is in Ice Pearl. So maybe just a new shade in this. It's kind of an icy lavender sort of a color. So there's that. I think it's cute in the packaging. I like the little like design in there. So that's pretty. And then this is the Rosé All Day Petal Glow. And this is in Petal Pink. Petal Pink. I had a hard time picking a color on this. I tried to pick one that I thought would work for my skin tone, but I think I kind of failed because this one's a little bit deep for me. There's also kind of a more golden color, I think. So maybe that one would have worked better. I don't know. Okay, so here is this one. It looks really pretty in a swatch, like how duochromy it is, which is really fun, but I don't love this on the cheeks. It just, I don't know, I feel like it accentuates texture. I feel like it looks a little bit patchy. It does have shimmer in it, which is fine with me. I know some people hate shimmer in highlighter. This has definite shimmer for sure. It's not chunky, but it's there. It is, I would say, fairly defined micro shimmer. So hopefully that explains it well enough. So it's there, but it's not like chunky glitter. But it just kind of like, I don't think looks very good on the cheeks. So I overall just don't super love that. I think it looks prettier in a swatch than it kind of performs on the face. So not a huge fan of this. I think this is a really nice formula. This one is the, I already forgot, Rosé All Day Petal Glow. I think it's very pretty. Really like the formula on it. It's creamy and pigmented and easy to apply, but you can see that's definitely too dark for me to use as a highlighter. But I mean, if you have a deeper skin tone, I would say probably for this color specifically, like medium to deep skin tones, I think this would be really pretty as a highlighter. And it's a very nice formula. I think the design is beautiful too. So I think this is a nice highlighter. I just picked a color that really doesn't work for me. So there it is, very pretty. So I would say go with this one over this one for sure. Okay guys, so those are all the goodies that I have to share with you today. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. Please hit a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these things or other new goodies at the drugstore. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on those. Let me know that down below. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!